Welcome to another PepinTV episode. We're taking the motor out. The rotary has got to go. You know, you need like a comfortable workspace to work with a car when you're gonna swap it or when you're gonna do something big. So that's what this episode is gonna consist of. Just taking that motor out and pretty much just giving it to the new owner because it's already sold. Here we go. Manifold's been taken off, and reason why is because you cannot reach the engine harness if you don't take that out. Also, this is the guy that bought the motor. His name is Gabriel. He's gonna be putting on the 88, so he's gonna be keeping the rotary alive. But me, I don't care for this, so it can go. So far, it's been a little bit of a task to take this out, and I'm pretty sure the motor is not gonna be easier than everything else was. So I'll give you guys another update when we get this out. All right. The motor is out. We're about to put it in the truck. Don't mind the dirtiness. This is what happens when you actually work on your shit. But yes, no more 13B. Sadly, it's going to a new home. But the motor we're putting in this is gonna make up for at least 5 13B. So we're good. And just like that, 13B is gone. Leaves me with this. Bam. Now what? Well, let me just tell you guys. First things first, 13B is gone. It's sad, you know, because, you know, everybody's telling me, oh, keep it original, keep it original. I'm never going to be a rotary guy, so, yeah. The motor that's coming in here, it'll make up for at least 6 13B, so, yeah, as far as its placement goes. Condenser, radiator, oil cooler, all that's coming out, and most of it's getting replaced by aftermarket. So I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit more about what's about to happen here. You can see behind me there's some parts, and I'm going to explain each one to you guys in a little bit. So for most people, this is a 1990. Those who haven't seen the first videos, this is a 1990 Mazda RX-7 GXL model, bone stock. It's what most RX-7 enthusiasts look for as far as the conditions that I got it in goes. This is what most people look for, as bone stock as possible. I'm basically the first guy that's ever putting hands in this car and taking stuff out and replacing it, which a lot of people hate me for, but I mean, I'm a car guy. It's in my blood. All my family members, they always build cars. I like building cars, and honestly, the rotary was just not enough engine for me. Yes, I understand you can get a massive amounts of power just with a street port and turbo kit and whatnot, but first, I wasn't really trying to go the turbo route, and second, I have read that they usually require a lot of maintenance, which I was actually not excited for. So besides that, here's the engine bay. As you can see earlier in this video, I took out the motor and sold it. But I'm actually removing most of this, everything that's around the engine bay, everything that I won't be needing. I'm gonna be cleaning the engine bay down with degreaser, scrubbing it down, and just hopefully making it pop again. And yeah, let me talk to you guys a little bit more about the setup that I'm going with now that you understand and know the type of car that is going in. So I decided that I wanted to go with a LS swap. Reason being, the prices are fairly reasonable. It's available mostly anywhere you go. The replacement parts for them are available everywhere you go. The aftermarket support that they got is amazing. You know, compared to like a 2J swap or a 1J swap or something on that end, which requires a lot of money. This is by far the easiest swap that I've actually started doing, because I'm not gonna say that I've done, because I haven't done anything, but I'm on the track to doing the swap. As of now, I'm still searching for a motor to put on here. I was leaning more towards like a LM-7 or L33 block with a cam, springs, retainers, and like injectors and a E85 tune. But I'm gonna show you guys a little bit more about the parts that I got so far for the build. As far as parts for the swap goes that I have so far I've managed to acquire the mount kits for the motor, headers, harness, already cut and modified for the LS swap, along with a programmed ECU, and also I bought AM, AFR, oil pressure, and water pressure because, well, AFR for tuning purposes, and also monitoring the airflow and the fuel flow inside the engine. Make sure we don't end up with a blown engine. Water temp, because we need to make sure that the motor is always running at the right temperature. We don't want it running too hot, we don't want it running too cold, so that way when we get the cooling system set up, we can actually set it up and make sure that it's running the way we want it to run, not the way it wants to run. And also oil pressure, because I've been doing a lot of research and apparently these motors, they tend to have oil starvation issues, so I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. I want to make sure I'm always constantly monitoring the pressure of the motor. That way, by any chance it's running with less pressure, you know, shut it off. Let's not do any damage to it. Make sure that everything is always being monitored. I'm gonna show you real quick each part so you have an idea of what to start with. Here's the CX Racing mounts. Here's the plates that go on the actual block with polyurethane bushing. I don't know how to say it. You probably know how to say it better than me, but yeah, polyurethane bushing for you. Here's the pair of headers that I bought. Most swap headers, the tubes, they usually go lower because of firewall reasons, because usually the swapped LS's, they tend to hit the firewall. I have no idea, you know, it's my first time doing the swap, so hopefully these work. If not, then we can always just sell them and cop another set, so I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, here's the harness. Everything's cut and labeled, ready to go. And last but not least, programmed ECU for LS swap, ready to go. Hopefully this goes through with the swap. And besides that, I'm gonna start getting to this. So let's get to it. Here you have it. This is the before. I want you to look at the before closely because this thing is not gonna look the same when I'm done. Of course, you can't do this without a Corona, hermano. Y'all know how this is. You gotta open the Corona with the ratchet. So. Quick update, guys. So left side of the engine bay, it's been almost fully stripped. Now onto this side. It's funny though, I'm removing the condenser and whatnot, and look what I find. I find the Snickers wrapping, which looks pretty normal to me until I actually look at the date, and it's from 1988. Holy shit. Still in the car, stuck in it. That's how you know this shit's never been removed since 1990. This concludes the night. Almost filled up this bin. Harnesses have been completely taken out from the chassis where it mounts to everything. This is the headlight harness and part of the engine harness, which we're gonna have to sort out to take out whatever doesn't belong to the new swap. And this is all engine harness, so all this has to come off. But I'll leave that to the experts. Besides that, the engine bay has been fully cleared. It's ready to get washed. Say something. No. No. No, not my face. There it is, guys. There you go. Randomly, it became the morning and we're here. I'm about to bring the car down from the jack stands, put it outside, and blast it with 2,000 PSI of pressure washer. So let's see how this goes. This is what we're gonna start working with. Apparently there was a lot of brake fluid leakage and it caused all this to peel off. I didn't want to paint the engine bay, but it looks like we're gonna have to. The best degreaser you can buy, $1 at any dollar store. Any mechanic, any real mechanic knows this is the shit. course, we gotta watch the engine bay because, well, the degreaser and all that was just to remove the extra grease and the oil and all the shit that it had on it. So after we remove all that, we wash it, then pressure wash it again, and it should come out as good as new. And there you have it. Clean engine bay, happy engine bay. Now we gotta get this set up for a new swap. That concludes this video. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna put it back in the garage and just call it a day. I decided that I am gonna end up doing the bay. Not doing it, but just like scuffing paint because I'm not 100% happy with how that looks. So just spoke to Zul. He's gonna come pick it up, take it to the body shop, and they're gonna paint the engine bay. Hopefully by then I'll have the motor and transmission, put it all in, and hope for the best because we're trying to get this car ready for December. So yeah. You know, it is your boy Pepin. Another episode of that Ride and Drive. No, not the Ride and Drive. Of the RX-7 LS build. Hey, dudes!